Hey everyone, so as we know, in the new episode, it was episode 57, if you know, they probably started seeing more online than when I made my review, when I put my review up, but, if you go search some of the channels, if you search 57 and you kind of lower it down to uploads that were put today, in the past 24 hours, you'll probably find it. But Ninjago episode 57. In the episode, Nadakhan ended up returning to his home realm. Yes, it was revealed that Nadakhan is from another whole realm. And, it kind of makes sense, since we originally heard a little while back now that Nadakhan wants to make a new Djinjago. Well, this new realm was called Djinjago. It wasn't new, but I mean, it was newly introduced to the show. So we were introduced to this new realm called Djinjago, but a little too late. Which in the Djinjago was actually crumbling due to the cursed realm being destroyed from the ninja. Um, it was its sister realm, so the realm crumbled. But it was our first look at another whole realm for Ninjago. Now, of course, that means there's gonna be two realms gone now from the 16 realms of Ninjago. So that's not good. So I wonder how this will all end up. But Nadakhan's plan, again, I think we heard in one of the descriptions of something that his plan is to create a new Djinjago, a new kingdom in the sky or something like that, because that's kind of what this kingdom is. As you saw, everything was crumbling and falling. So, and we saw how it was run. Nadakhan's father is the king of Djinjago, and I'm sure Djinjago was, obviously run by these djinns and these ranks of djinns and all that stuff. So, it kind of gave us a feeling of what the Djinjago is actually like. So, I mean, we barely got to see it, but I mean, we got to see a little bit of what it was. And, once, we don't want Nadakhan to succeed on creating a new one in Ninjago, but, when he starts to, because they always make the villains end up almost succeeding. But once, I mean, we've even seen pictures of now of Nadakhan and what ends up happening. He ends up beginning to create a new one. We get to see kind of what Djinjago was like, and how it all worked and how he all did it, and how Djinjago actually had how it was put together. So we'll just get, it won't actually be it, but, it'll be similar, and we'll get to see kind of what it was like. But again, this is another realm now that has fallen apart. So, as you can see, there's crumbling all around them. A little too late to go see and say hi to his father or save his father. But it was another whole realm introduced. Maybe in the future seasons or episodes, for all we know, we may get introduced to even more realms. But this, we saw other realms last season. Even, the main realm is Ninjago itself. And then we got some others like the Cursed Realm, which was destroyed, the Dark Realm or something like that, whatever you want to call it, that Garmadon went to get his 4 arms. The Underworld was there, the Cloud Kingdom. There was so many realms there's not so many, but I mean there was a few that were shown, and this is just another one that was shown. So yeah, I mean there wasn't much, but what do you guys think? I mean, what do you guys think about seeing the new realm? Not much of the realm, honestly, but it's kind of interesting to see how this world looked or what it seemed to be. How it was run. It looked like it was run by djinns, so it was a whole world of djinns almost. At least that's what I'm guessing, or people similar, or a lot of djinns in the world at least. But it just, it's called Djinjago, so it makes sense that it would be like all djinns. So very weird, different type of realm. We had the Cloud Kingdom, but that was like normal people. Those were like normal people. Those weren't like different kind of creatures or magic people or whatever you want to call them. But these are kind of it's djinns. The whole world was djinns most likely. The only other djinn we've seen so far is his father and Nadakhan. So I don't know if we'll end up seeing any more, if that's even possible, since the realm fell apart. But it was cool to see, and it's kind of cool to see some connection to the last season and how things went and all that stuff. So yeah. So what did you guys think about seeing the Nadakhan's father? Kind of what the realm was, just a little bit, hearing about the information of the realm. Like the Cursed Realm was the sister realm of Djinjago, and it falls apart once the cursed realm was destroyed, and all 16 realms. Nadakhan's father had described that all 16 realms are connected somehow, and whenever one goes down, they all feel it. So I don't know if that can mean anything for the future, but it can mean anything. But obviously, this realm hit the hardest from the destruction of the cursed realm. So lots of different weird things with all the realms, on how it all ended up. But what do you guys think about this?